benefits only when using you. I ain't here for long, so tell them play this at my funeral. Now I'm reincarnated, I'm still busy murking you. While I'm busy murking through the summer nights I joyride, I'm just thinking back and imagining that they only love you when you're gone, busy fading to black. And everybody wants someone, something, no one they're nothing. Know these wants, know these needs, they know the value of nothing.
Yes, people, we are back in the building, and today we're here with episode 2, and we're taking a look at 17-year-old Brazilian Gabriel Carvalho. Now, this is the latest Brazilian that has got a lot of people talking. Currently playing for Internacional in the Brazilian Serie A. He's definitely a plays attacking midfield, can play on the wing. He is someone who quite a lot of scouts, quite a lot of coaches, and quite a lot of fans have been waxing lyrical about the young Brazilian. Now, for me, taking a look at him, looking at the highlights, seeing what people have kind of said about him and stuff like that, you can kind of see he's in that, would I say, somewhat mold of a kind of a Philippe Coutinho. If you look at the way he dribbles, that is, of course, the way he moves the ball, the way he's able to manipulate the ball, the range of movement, the passing, even the little small touches on the ball when he is dribbling, it is very Coutinho-esque. Making his debut at the age of 16, he actually surpassed the record of former player Alexander Pato. Yes, him, Mr. former AC Milan striker, Mr. former wonderkid. Of course, age 16 years, 9 months and 30 days. He obviously passed that record of being, the youngest debutant for the club in the 21st century. So again, of course, it's only a record and someone was eventually going to break it, and it could have been anybody, but it's the sheer fact that, they've trusted him enough in order for him to actually start at such a young age. And listen, that record, has stood for quite some time. So the sheer fact that it has, again, not too much to go by. I'm not saying that you gotta base everything in and around that, but it's definitely something to look at, and it's definitely a bit of a measure and a bit of a marker as to how good or bad they believe Carvalho will actually be. So what kind of player are we looking at? So as I mentioned before, he does play, attacking midfielder. It's probably the best way to kind of put it. Of course, he can as well play on the wings. He's a bit of a, like I said, he's in that Coutinho mode of player. Those diminutive kind of players. Low sense of gravity. They're quite quick on the ball. Got really good body balance. They've got a very good change of pace. A good level of coordination. He's the type of player who I would say likes to roam around the space. He's not really confined into, would I say, some one position. If you do see him out on the wings, then yeah, great, of course, but he would like to cut in, whether that's on the right, whether that's on the left. He will try to cut into those half spaces. He likes to drop deep to pick up the ball and then dribble with it. Bring the ball forward, draw players in and then pop it off potentially. Go for the 1-2s, use a bit of skill. You can tell, obviously, he's a Brazilian, of course. We know what Brazilians are about, but he's definitely a player who would, prefer, to kind of be on the ball, as much as humanly possible, of course, in good areas, but try and manipulate, what's actually going on the pitch. When you add the fact that he is quite an unpredictable type of player, as in, you don't really know which way he's going to go. You don't really know how this is going to really pan out, in possession. Again, he is only 16 years of age, so you do expect that kind of level of inexperience, but you can see that there is quite a lot of potential there with a player like this, especially if he's nurtured into a really, experienced and proper player under the right type of management. I can understand why teams like Arsenal, potentially might be looking at a player, like this, especially in that system that Mikel Arteta plays, with having a player like him in the team, in that kind of, would I say, Martin Ødegaard potential, maybe even a Kai Havertz, type of false nine, kind of role, or maybe even out there on the wings. But who knows, Mikel Arteta could easily play him anywhere and he might potentially look good. So I can understand, why there's quite a bit of interest, there from, bigger clubs out there. But hey, listen, of course, we've got to wait and see. We don't know how, this is all going to pan out with someone like Gabriel Carvalho, but he's definitely one to watch for the future. I definitely think that there is a good player in there. Of course, as I mentioned before, being Brazilian, to be honest, having that passport alone, it does give you some kind of allowances out there, in terms of the potential that people think you may or may not be able to achieve. So we'd have to wait and see. But again, as I mentioned before, he is only 16 years of age. So there is going to be a little bit of waiting around just to see if he is able to make that jump. But watch out for him. Give it a couple of seasons. And I definitely believe that he's going to be a very good player in the future. Well, that is the end of today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section which player you would like for me to take a look at, and then we'll take a deep dive into some of these young ballers. I'll catch you guys episode 3. Like, share, and subscribe. We out.
Benefits only when using you. I ain't here for long, so tell them play this at my funeral. Now I'm reincarnated, I'm still busy murking you. While I'm busy murking through the summer nights I joyride, I'm just thinking back and imagining that they only love you when you're gone, busy fading to black. And everybody wants someone, something, no one they're nothing. And all these wants, all these needs, they know the value of nothing.